back, watch fans. We got an amazing update for you today. We are discussing Bill Sanders. That's right, the Illuminati member, Bill Sanders. He's doing a quick watch collection review update, and we're going to see. Hang on a second, let me just pull this back up. We're going to find out what is the what is the best buying strategy for Illuminati members when it comes to Rolex, Patek Philippe, etc., etc. So let me back this up over here. Let's back this up. Here we go. Okay, so let's see. We got the Illuminati guy. Okay, drip check. But I'm getting down with the lingo these kids have today. The drip check. Drip is, well, listen, if you don't know what that is, you got to Google it. You got to Google it. So we got the drip check. I guess Bill is doing the some sort of like Swiss, wealthy Swiss farmer, Swiss dairy farmer in Stade. I don't know, somewhere. This guy, I don't know, somewhere in this guy's got the Swiss dairy farmer, outfit, with the cap. Okay, we give it. Listen, I give, we give this, we rate this on a scale of 1. This gets a solid on a. I give this a solid A. Like this is an A level for that vibe. The or what is it? Some sort of Rhode Island farm. Some I don't know, some upscale farmer.
Watch I wear, so I can figure out this is the best.
Okay, so here's the drip check. Here's a wrist check. Of course, he's got to be wearing one of his shitter watches, one of his Vacheron nasty, vicious shitters. What do we got here? No, that's not me. You're talking about the other. You're talking about Juan. You're talking about Juanita. By the way, I don't know what happened with my. Something happened with the styles. Got screwed up here. I don't know what's going on with these. The styles. The styles got all screwed up. I don't know what's going on here, but let's go back to yeah, that's right. Juanita, that's Juan and Kino are banning people. They're banning people, just like, you know what? Just like Fidel Castro. Well, actually, Juanita is from Puerto Rico, like Isla de Cucarachas, not Cuba. But that's what it is. If he was a real Cuban, okay, if he was a real Cubano, he would not be banning you because the Cubans, they understand freedom, but the hubcap thieves, the Puerto Ricans, they don't. The Puerto Ricans, all they know how to do is steal hubcaps. They don't understand anything about freedom and democracy. That's why we got to ship them back to La Isla del Cucarachas y Basura. All right, so you don't know what that is? You Google it.
Surround Constantine.
Yeah, by the way, that guy might be going senile. He keeps repeating the same damn videos every day, the Juanita and Kino. Now that he's been deported. Okay, so we got Bill Sanders. He's got this Vacheron driver watch. Again, total shitter watch. But, he likes these things because, it's got the weird movement. He'll explain to you the movement. It's weird. It's, eccentric. This guy's eccentric. I think those glasses is that buffalo horn? I think that could be buffalo horn.
He's historic American in 1921.
Avoid at all costs.
Okay. Today, what I want to do is that last week I had done 3 great deals that I found, and people seem to like that. But this one, first of all, there are 4.
Okay, Bill is going crazy. He bought 3 watches in the last week, right? He must have gotten some big royalty checks coming in. He's buying. This guy's becoming like Archie Luxury. He's just loading up on the shitters. But this is his favorite brand: Parmigiani, Fleurier, Parmigiani.
I think a good deal. One is more of a lesson than it is anything else. So let's get started without further ado. The first one is one I've looked for a long, long time. I found this one on the watch outlet. It's pre-owned. I can't tell you how often I saw the Parmigiani Tondometrograph overlooked, and the prices kept coming down.
That's right, Mr. Magoo, the hubcap thief. That's right. He can't handle the truth. That's right. We got to get rid of these Puerto Ricans. They all they do is steal hubcaps. See, if this guy was was Cubano, he'd be for freedom, free expression. That's right. This guy's living in Miami. He's stealing hubcaps, stealing the coral stone tile, and interfering in your right to free speech. because look, these Puerto Ricans, they actually want to be communists. Really, that's what it is. You got to watch out for these people. You got to watch out for these commies, these left wingers. Venezuela, Puerto Rico, same shit.
Down and down. It's the PF 315 is the base movement, and on top of that is the Dubois Depraz chronic.
Okay. So Bill is going to explain the whole concept of the movement and the whole. Apparently, it's a very sophisticated movement, etc. So this is actually wow. I don't know if this is a good deal or bad deal. $4,900. I thought these Parmigianis were kind of more up there in price. I mean, these are, again, this is like low production, relatively. Well, let him explain it to you. Would I buy this? Fuck no.
Chronograph. Well-made watch. Great in-house movement. I'm not a chronograph fan, but I've always liked this watch.
Yeah, chronograph. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually shocked you'd be buying a chronograph. I mean, chronographs are really for peasants.
One of these days, I'll probably just go get it because I think it's a very good buy. MSR.
Why not just buy a Daytona? Just be done.
P is 13,500. Offer is 4,900. I'd negotiate on it. Anyway, like I said, this is at the watch outlet. Now this next one,
meaning what? Meaning you could probably get that watch for $3,000. I don't know, for $3,000 if you can get a Parmigiani for $3,000, $3,500. Is it a good deal? I actually don't know. I don't want to say yes or no because I think when you're talking about these chronographs, you get Rolex Daytona, best of breed. Okay, this is an interesting.
I have a soft spot for a lot of reasons for Christian Vanderklaw. This is a Christian Vanderklaw Ariadne 40 millimeters. Now, it's basically you have the caliber, which is CVDK 7758.
The Christian Vanderklaw, they actually make some kind of interesting stuff. They do make interesting stuff, but again, it's one of these, I don't know, kind of struggling brands.
It's a 7750 Valjoux. Vanderklaw did some work on it to add what he wanted to add to it. It's automatic, 4 hertz, 48-hour power reserve. It has on the rotor, there's a guilloche. He does some really neat things with that claw on the back. The rotor with the guilloche and the engraving was done by Jean Benzinger.
Yeah, the problem with the watch, I mean, you know what the problem with the watch is? It's not a Rolex. It's not a Submariner. I agree. Look, this channel is all about providing, C-list, C-level content to a D-grade audience. That's right, D-grade like you. Unless you're an aristocrat. There we go. This is actually a good point. In-house movement means higher maintenance costs at this point. Oh, yeah. It's interesting because, I think that's actually, well, listen, this guy is Dutch, right? So they're very practical, these Dutch people. I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, especially where these brands are going, they're trying to really screw you over, these brands, right? Because they realize the money is not made in selling you the watch. It's the razor and razor blades. The money is in the service costs, right? So the idea is you buy the watch. Let's say you buy the watch for, $25,000, right? But then they figure they get a lifetime customer. You're going to be spending, I don't know, $3,000 every 5 years. So, they're going to make another, I don't know, maybe more. Maybe the watch will break down. I'm talking about like Audemars Piguet, some of these other brands, right? And you can't go to anybody else, right? Because I think the way they're going to go is they're going to have, obviously, the parts that you can't get the parts anywhere else, right? Unless it's like from stolen watches. It's going to be very difficult to get parts. And then they're probably going to have a way to see if you've opened the case. And if you open the case, then they will say something like, okay, well, now we got to charge you double or, something. They're going to get crazy. These brands, because the Swiss are really, really greedy. I mean, they're the greediest fucking people on the planet are the Swiss. And by the way, they were stealing American, the Americans, that's right, the Americans really invented watches or pocket watch. I mean, the Americans were really the leaders. American Railroad, pocket watches, that was like the top technology in the 19th century, right? 1880s, whatever. And the Swiss copied. I mean, they basically stole. They were like the Chinese. They would copy American watch brands, and they would give them American names and also stuff to pass them off as American made when they were actually made in Switzerland. Because the Swiss watchmaking industry was really not that impressive in the 19th century. It really wasn't. Unbelievable, but true. But now they're trying to figure out a way to pick your pockets, steal your children's lunchbox money.
So it's got a complete calendar with a hand date on it, and it's really a very cool watch. Now, here's where we get into a bit of a complication. All right, it's advertised.
This watch. I mean, look. I mean, with this outfit, with the drip, as the kids say, this goes well. I get it. This is the type of watch you expect this guy to be wearing. And driving like a 1989 Rolls Silver Spur with the Everflex roof.
At Christian Vanderklau for €84.50, including taxes. Now, the VAT tax in the Netherlands is 21%.
Oh my God!
And so, if you take off the 21%, you're really talking about €69.83.47. Okay, so in terms of dollars,
this guy's got the calculator out.
That's $7,326.24 at this particular moment. That's less than the offer. So now it's on Chrono 24. Now you have this information. And for crying out loud, if you like this, I do like it, by the way, you can negotiate. You can negotiate the heck out of this. I wasn't sure whether this was brand new or not, but it may be unworn. It may have been around for a while.
Oh, build a chiseler. Okay. I wonder how much, how much is he buying this for? Like $4,000 or something? $5,000?
Oh, but I don't know. I'd kick in maybe 6,000, maybe go 5,500 on it. Because
5,500. No, I get it. Actually, listen, for the complication for brand new watch, $5,500.
You don't want to pay what they're asking for because it's over MSRP. Okay, all right, moving right along. Now this is one that's more like the kind of watch and I've got a certain hesitation about it.
JLC. What am I? Well, I don't want to say my favorite. I'm not here to promote JLC, but
because I keep realizing, well, it's from 1999 or 2000. That's 25 years old now. Not a vintage. Sometimes they refer to them as neo vintages, but I don't know. I like HATER Lecoutre Reserve de Marche. One of my, I don't know why I like it so much, but I do.
He's a guy, he's a nut job. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Reserve de Marche, aka the power indicator, as they say in America. I mean, the power reserve indicator is like, I don't know. It just takes up space on the dial. It's really a waste of time. Yeah, this is true. See, this guy knows. The Swiss were basically they stole all the technology from the Americans, right? I mean, America was really the best watches in the world were made by America. That's right, unbelievable. In the 1880s or whatever, and the Swiss were they were carving movements with spoons. I mean and now they think of themselves as Mr. Sophistication there. I mean, all they know how to do is steal your money with their banks and rip you off with watches that need service at exorbitant prices. That's what it is. Oh, they stole from Breguet. No. Hold on a second. No, this was going on in the 1880s, 1890s. The Swiss were actually counterfeiting. They were counterfeiting American watch brands. That's right. They were counterfeiting American watch brands because that's what everybody wanted. Everybody wanted the American Railroad pocket watches. And the Swiss, they didn't have the technology. They copied it from the Americans. And the Brits. That's right. So I don't know. So okay. So he's talking about the JLC. Again, Bill Sanders has got to pick the weirdest watch, the most undesirable watch in the JLC range, which is this. Which is kind of like, I don't know what it's a steel. You got a date. I mean, it's just a date and a power reserve. The power reserve means nothing, but
fantastic movement, 37 millimeters. 4 hertz.
Fantastic movement. Yeah. Yeah. So again, the kernel has this in the dual time, which is, I'm having an issue with the power reserve actually. Somebody explained to me that it's an easy fix, but I think because I left it on the winder. But yeah. By the way, the JLC, I love the black dials, but only with rose gold, not steel.
So nothing new. Base is JLC 889. I don't know. I $39.99.
A lot of money. 30. That's too much money. I mean, this is like, $1,000 maybe. I mean, come on. For $4,000 you can get a Rolex Datejust.
This was at Chrono 24. I didn't have to negotiate on everything. It says contact the seller. I say, look, seller, this is what I got.
Okay, here comes negotiation, Illuminati negotiation secrets. Here comes. Let's listen to this. Bill Sanders negotiating tactics. Here we go. He contacts the seller. Here it comes.
On everything. It says contact the seller. I say, look, seller, this is what I got, or this is what I'm willing to give you. Don't worry about Chrono 24 being upset because you're offering them less than they want. That's the whole purpose of negotiation. Now there's
there we go. This guy drives a hard bargain, a shrewd negotiator, Bill Sanders. Unbelievable, but true. We need the Colonel loves super chats. That's right, super chats. Look, this channel is not free. Okay, guys, it costs millions of dollars to run this channel. And one of the things actually we offer the peasants is for the peasants to become aristocrats, just like the Memovox. Baron Memovox is an aristocrat. So Baron Memovox, there's a couple of benefits. Number one is you get access to our top secret content. That's right, our top secret content is only reserved for members. Our best content, the serious content, horological content, is members only. We can't have peasants looking at it. Okay. You want to be in a peasant-free environment, okay? That's the benefit. You want to be in a peasant-free environment, like Baron Snoo, another aristocrat. Now, how do you know that these guys are aristocrats? Because they got that little logo thing next to their name, so that makes them Baron Snoo, Baron Memovox. These things, this is what separates you from the unwashed masses, like trash like this. I mean, this guy is like some sort of hillbilly out there, I don't know, like in Oregon somewhere. He's not even a baron. He's not an aristocrat. He's just some random hicks. We got these random hicks. I don't know, some guys, probably these guys stealing hubcaps. And what we tell them is, look, they can become aristocrats by, that's right, this guy could become this 305 guy. He could become an aristocrat. 305 RS3. I guess that means an Audi RS3, which is again entry level car. RS3 entry level is I mean, this is not even an A7 or something, right? But anyway, look, when you become an aristocrat, you get access to our top secret content. You also, everybody knows you're an aristocrat because you get that thing next to you. But the most valuable thing, you're going to get a free watch collection review video. You're going to get a free watch collection review video reviewed by the Colonel, a custom video. Now, you know that the Bogan of Brisbane charges like $100 for this. Now, and he gives you garbage advice. The Colonel gives you money-making advice, okay? We give you advice that makes you money. Every watch we've told you about on this channel has increased in value. And guess what? I mean, we should be charging like $500 for this stuff. For you, it's going to be only $5. All you got to do, join the channel, send the email to brutalwatchreviews@gmail.com. And by the way, we're going to give a quick plug. Speaking of making money with watches, we're going to give a quick plug here. Speaking of making money with watches, the Ellipse market is exploding. The Ellipse market is on the move. We happen to have these two watches at Dial Market, which is our, that's the affiliate, that's the e-commerce affiliate. The model on the left, 3582, this is the cheapest price on the planet right now, the cheapest price. This is going to be a $20,000 watch within a year. They've already doubled in value. They're going to top out, I believe, at roughly $20,000 to $25,000 for the 3582, the model on the left, and that includes higher, could be higher, but The big money is in the 35, 85, 82. Okay, with that said, let's go back to Bill Sanders, our good friend Bill Sanders, for the Rolex watch collection review.
Final one comes under my heading category. It's called "See, I Told You So." When
okay, again, you know that. Okay, so Bill Sanders negotiating tactics. Wait, what did he say? I missed it. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Okay, what did he do? Okay, hang on. Let's listen to this again.
Purpose of negotiation. Now, this final one comes under my heading category. It's called "See, I Told You So." When Rolex announced recently that they were dumping Carl F. Boucher, or in other words, they were just like, they didn't say they were selling it or anything. It's just getting rid of it.
Wow.
Now, this particular one, the Carl F. Boucher Adamavi, it's got a caliber CFB 1950.1, which is based.
I mean, again, this is the whole thing with these movement people, these movement fetish people. I mean, the watch is ugly as shit. I mean, really, this is the type of thing that Watch Nicholas would buy. I mean, it's a disaster watch, right? The movement is probably very. I listen. Whatever Bill Sanders says about the movement, he knows more about movements than I do, especially bowel movements. Okay, he knows his movements. Okay, so if he's telling you it's a great movement, whatever, I believe him. Okay, I believe it. This guy knows his movements. The problem is, it's like this thing is so ugly. It's almost like, can you imagine you're buying like let's use an example, a Crown Victoria. What is it? Ford made though? This Crown Vic, the Crown Victoria, like a 1996 Crown Victoria. Oh, but it's got a Lamborghini engine inside. I mean, who cares? It looks like shit, right? I mean, again, there's maybe some guys in there, but you don't want a piece of shit car. That's what this is. It's a piece of shit, but he's buying because it's got the movement, and he's telling you that the Boucher thing, or he calls it Boucher, was discontinued. Again, they just stopped making them, right? Rolex.
It's got a 2824 ETA 2824-2 base, 4 hertz, power reserve of 38 hours. Not a great deal, but there are a lot of companies right now.
Yeah, I agree. Listen, Sanders, I don't know what he's doing with his taste in JLC is very weird. JLC has some great watches. I mean, I think, the perpetual calendars, they got the perpetual calendars, neo vintage. The new ones also. I mean, you can get the new one in steel. And then also you got the dual time. The dual time, I think, is probably the best one because that's the movement that Vacheron is using, that Audemars Piguet is using. So it's a real winner. Let's see.
We're giving them away.
I mean, the JLC really has some really cool movements if you're into that. Some of their watches are, again, it's a mixed bag.
Almost. They're really jumping
speaking
in it. Now, this one, I happen to like this sort of a midnight blue dial, and I like the bracelet on it. Now, originally, that had been $27.50. Wow. They're offering it at 75% off at $685. Now, they're doing this with a
Wow. Hold on a second. This is a good deal. Okay, all kidding aside, I mean, again, I'm assuming, actually, what the fuck do I know? If Bill Sanders is telling you it's a good deal, I mean, the movement, I mean, for $600, you're getting a brand new watch, box papers. I mean, I don't know if you want it, but, for $600, it seems like a good watch,
coupon, and the code for the coupon is, better not tell anybody, is CBW 1200. $1,200 off. That's the most I've seen off a watch, which is sort of fun. But really, what happens whenever this is a great opportunity for collectors, because so what if they drop it? They drop it.
Who collects this shit? Who would want to have this shit? I mean, collectors. It's like saying you're going to collect, used tampons. I mean, and the used McDonald's, polystyrene Happy Meal boxes.
A lot of my favorite ones. Rolex has dropped the watch, what's it called? The Yachtmaster 2 that I like. I'd still go buy one. A lot of companies have dropped ones I like, so don't let that bother you. But the price is really good. I saw another one at Ashford's. It's also the Adamavi. I don't know how they pronounce it, but it has a power reserve indicator, and it's about $15, $14 more.
Okay, this is the problem I'm having with JLC. Now they keep raising the prices. They're under. I think they have delusions of grandeur, and they're not a Patek. I mean, they do make incredible watches. I'm a fan, but they just don't have that je ne sais quoi. Okay, they don't have it. They don't have the vibe. They don't have that, Patek vibe. I know they're trying to do it. The problem is, I don't know who's. I think they're kind of like a stepchild of who owns them. I don't know, whoever owns them, but they don't really. I mean, they make some very high end watches at the top range. Beautiful stuff, incredible stuff, right? But they also put out a lot of peasant watches. Look, this is what happens when you associate with peasants. This is why this channel, we're trying to, make it for aristocrats only, because when you have like, low life scum, you got like, Bogans of Brisbane, you got Puerto Rican hubcap thieves, these various grifters like this guy here, these mooch bums, they kind of devalue the brand, right? So when JLC is making a lot of steel watches, which are accessible by the peasant classes, it really drags down the value of the brand. I mean, they're selling watches for $5 grand, $8 grand, which are worth, $3 grand. They're what do you call it? It drags down the value proposition, the exclusivity of the higher end stuff. I mean, why would I want to buy a perpetual calendar for 30,000 in gold, right? 30,000 in gold when I can get the steel one for like 15 or whatever. They make the same exact watch in steel, the same exact watch, just with a steel case for 15 grand. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, actually, but you can get that watch for like 10 grand, whatever. It's nothing, right? And it doesn't make any sense. I mean, what the gold value is what? I mean, there's $2 grand worth of gold in there. I mean, come on. I don't want to see them making these steel watches. I don't want to have peasants. I don't want to see peasants wearing the same watch, that I am, Hand finishing is down. See, Memovox is it's a tough customer. Yeah, very difficult customer. Is very picky. Hand finishing and the movement. Yeah. This is what they're doing. Again, it's the Swiss way. They're trying to raise prices and decrease costs. That's what's going on. Baron Snoo. Very insightful. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, this is like I noticed, for example, I like the dual time that Vacheron makes. They make a very cool dual time. The problem is it's too big. I'm not going to get into the whole size thing, but it's just like 42 millimeter, too big. But you can get the steel one used for like 14 grand. It's like, wow. I mean, it's an impressive looking watch for 14 grand used, the steel Vacheron dual time. Even though the movement is by JLC, of course, but the problem is that I don't know. It's like they make a gold one also for much more, obviously, but yeah, the steel stuff is no good. Steel, it's these guys. It's kind of like it's like what these car companies are doing. It's like Mercedes, when they started doing that C series, which was the cheap car, right? But then they started doing an A series. It's funny. Yesterday, I was doing my video about the Breguet. I was doing the Breguet video. I think it's online, right? I was doing a Breguet video. I'm comparing Breguet to BMW. And I go to this driving range here. Where am I? Lake Merced. Lake Merced. What is it called? Lake Merced. What the hell is it called? The Harding Golf Course, whatever. And I pull up, or I park, and I see this white BMW parked next to me. Can you imagine that? A brand new one, like a brand new 2 Series convertible. And this Indian guy gets out, right? Or I don't know, looks like an Indian guy, right? Yeah, probably some techie bro guy, right? Like a guy in his 30s, whatever. I'm like, shit, like, isn't this guy embarrassed? I mean, like, to be driving a 2 Series? I mean, that's like a girl's, I mean, literally it's a girl's car. You couldn't pay me to drive a 2 Series. A 3 Series, I get it if you have to, whatever. It's kind of fun, I guess, as a rental car, not to own, but as a rental car, I'd rent a 3 Series. This guy's driving the 2 Series in white, of course, which is like oof. And that's like Breguet. That's Breguet. Like these companies, they start doing these shitter cars, like Mercedes with their A series, BMW with the 2 series. I think Audi has also like a 1 series or whatever. They do these entry level cars with cheap stuff, nasty vinyl and cloth and vegan leather, as they call it, which is basically fake leather. It's nasty and vicious. Yeah, Sanders. I don't know what's going on with Sanders. So let's see. So he's
Ashford. So Joe Michelle and Ashford, if you're interested in this, you can get some great deals now. Anyway, well, I had 4 today instead of 3 tips. So let me know what you think. And until next.
Why is this guy buying this garbage? I don't understand this. Like, why does he need to buy this garbage? Like, he's got some heavy hitter watches. I mean, like, they're weird. They're weird. I would never touch them. But they're like, he's got some heavy hitter watches. Why would he need to buy this junk? Like, he's like an addict, like a hoarder. He's becoming like a hoarder, like Archie. The Parmesan, like, he's got like real Parmesan. He's got like real watches. I mean, again, weird, eccentric, weird shit that nobody wants, but at the high end. So why would he need to buy all this junk? Okay, hang on a second, gentlemen. Let's get to an important part of our content, which is the drama segment. And I just came across this. This was on Drudge Report. Yeah, I like to look at the Drudge Report, as part of my news idea. And this was on the headline. Apparently, there is a penis Botox being made. This is very popular. Okay, and it could be that the Okuk from the Kukistani and the Chomostani channel might be, he's doing the grooming. And this is the guy that injects your wiener. This is the guy. His name is Chris Bustamante. Lushful Aesthetics. He's the guy that injects your wiener with Botox, right? Fillers. These guys, by the way, these guys are making a fortune. I think he's got the Botox in the cheeks. Something's going on. This guy's got a lot of filler in the face. Yeah, he's got that filler face with the lips and all that. But okay, he's doing, look at how much do you think this guy's making? He's doing 3 fillers a day, penis fillers. Typically professional men, 30s, 40s, and 50s, picked from a menu of highly specific and patented. These are patented enhancements per se. Okay, they can get a thicker girth enhancement if you want to be thicker, larger scrotum, scrofill, or just to be more of a shower than a grower, Showtox, which uses Botox to relax muscles in the penis and retain more blood flow when flaccid. Many of his clients also add instant BBLs, non-surgical butt lifts, using a high volume of filler. Wow, this is crazy shit. I don't know. Would you put Botox in your pee-pee? I don't know. Let's see. You're taking a chance there. I don't know. But look what's going on. So these are his customers. I wonder if some of these are part of Kukistan, part of the Kukistan channel. Ooh, now this. See, look. This is marketing genius. I bet the Okuk is probably getting a trade. He's probably doing marketing for this guy. He's probably his marketing consultant. With size 7 Skechers. This guy has size 7 Skechers and a jacket with a built-in pocket square. This. He's got that jacket with a built-in pocket square. And what is it? What did he call it? Penis plumper. Penis plumper. Unbelievable but true. So the question is the Okuk taking grooming victims like the Keslowitz, that's the Prince of Porn Valley, Soygego, Artem Pizdets, Tim Wright? Is he taking to this guy to get fillers, to get penile enhancement? Okay, so here's the best part. So Bustamante described 3 main categories for male enhancement client. They are sex workers. Oh, no, there are sex workers. There are young professionals. Men in the 30s and 40s who hold jobs in more creative fields like marketing. Again, men in the 30s and 40s who hold jobs in creative fields like marketing. Now, who works in marketing? Well, we know one gentleman who's, mid-50s, wearing size 7 Skechers and collects Disney princess castles. That's right, Disney princess castles. Okuk has a collection of Disney princess castles. Unbelievable but true. I wonder if Tugger got. Tugger would definitely. I guarantee you. I guarantee you that Anthony Farrer would have gotten one of these penile injections for sure, 100%. Yes. That's right. Where is the old cuck from LA? Yeah, that's what it is. You know what? I think the whole LA thing. All these LA guys, they all have that like sexually ambiguous thing. They all probably swing both ways, like him and Kesselowitz. These guys, they're all like something is off. Something is always a little bit off over there. Like you don't know which way they swing. It's like you don't know what's going on over there. They all have that vibe. Okay, so here's the prices. Let's talk about prices. Now, this is interesting. So one recent client of Bustamante who works in wealth management spent $150,000 in 3 months, 150 grand in 3 months on instant BBLs. That's the butt lift. Girth and there's more. Girth enhancement and scrotum filler. Okay. He did each treatment 3 times because he wants it to be bigger. Oh my God. By the way, 150 grand, that's real money. 150 grand? Listen, would you rather have a Patek 3940 and a Rolex day date with a meteorite dial, or would you rather have a thicker or a bigger scrotum, thicker penis, and butt lift? Brazilian butt lift enhancement, right? Okay, so some clients have ended up with penises over 7.5 inches in circumference. Hold on, 7.5 inches greater than their length. So this is great. Okay, just to be clear, the thickness was greater than the length. Now the question is, who would be a client for something like this, right? Do you think for example, can you imagine like Don Corleone, Il Duce di Chomostan, would probably he'd probably buy one of these girth enhancements for who's he trying to groom? He's trying to groom, the Don Corleone, he's trying to groom the Pillsbury Doughboy with the Taliban beard. So maybe he wants to buy him some injections because Curly probably likes the fisting, right? Don Corleone probably likes, a little fisting action while he's wearing the assless leather chaps. So 7.5 inches is bigger than a wrist, basically. Okay, so for example, let me see. So if your wrist is 6, so 7.5. That would be like a big wrist, basically, right? That's a pretty big wrist. Hang on, I'm trying to visualize that 7.5. So that's basically like 7.5. That's like a soda can. So imagine a Coke can. So imagine Don Corleone getting a Coke can in his anus. That's what he's getting. Okay, so here's the thing. This guy's a professional. And what he's saying is, if guys are ordering too much of this, if they're ordering too much, he tells them to slow down because you don't want to go too much because it'll be just. He says if he notices clients booking frequent appointments to add filler, he'll insist on waiting 6 months before he does anything else. Come on, you believe it? He says we've done it a lot. Enjoy it. He'll tell them, don't go somewhere else and try to do something and have them mess it up. Revisions. Okay, the rise in penis filler popular also means Bustamante sees requests for revisions. Side effect. I don't even look at these side effects. Okay, side effects. Okay, some of the tweaks are simply cosmetic. Perhaps a provider injected a penis when it was flaccid and couldn't predict how big, small, or wonky it would look when erect. Bustamante uses Trimix, a medication that gives men an artificial erection before inject. I never heard of this. There's a medicine that gives an artificial erection, Trimix. I bet Curly probably's got a 50-gallon drum of Trimix in his attic over there when he invites a young gentleman over. California. Oh, Other revisions, one claim came after getting penis filler at clinics in California and Texas. California and Texas, of course. That's what, Anthony Farrer. Part of the problem is that some injectors are not properly versed in the complexity of penile procedures. Again, the complexity of penile procedures. They may start their careers in performing facial fillers and tacking on. Okay, it's more complicated. It can be counterintuitive. Okay, the article goes into the details. Business continues to boom. Lushful has scaled 1 million each year. So this guy is making $1 million a year. This guy is making $1 million a year giving penile injections. There you go. The tuna can. Well, Anthony loves to eat the tuna. He's a big fan of tuna cans. He had a bunch of tuna cans in his storage unit. Tugs and drugs. There you go. Tugs. Oh, look at this. We got a super chat. Shupar micro rotor to a more reasonable size. Oh shit. Are you saying we got to pivot back to horology? We got 3 pillars here. We got the this channel, like some of the channels have pillars. So we got the 3 pillar, like, the peasant Philippe recommended 3 pillars. You got the horology pillar, you got the drama pillar, and then you got some other pillar. Here we got the pedo pillar, horology pillar. Okay, so we we're getting paid for this. We gotta deliver the goods. We gotta deliver the goods. I gotta look this up. I gotta look this up because this guy paid is some fake money, and now we gotta do this work here because we gotta give the customers customer service. It's all about customer service. Now, I know nothing about the watch. Just to be 100% clear. I know nothing about this. Baron Memovox. Is this the watch you're talking about? Wow, that's a beautiful movement on the back. I got to tell you something. I actually like this Chopard thing. I like some of the things they do, right? Like, for example, look at this beautiful buckle. I mean, this is like a model. This is cool. I really don't like this Luke, L-U-C thing. I don't like this. I know it stands for the initials. I don't like it. It means nothing. It's just something about it is just cheap. It's got a cheap vibe. That name, Luke, L-U-C, initials. The case, I guess, is okay. Whatever. And then they do beautiful. The hand. This is the one thing that I'm not sure about. They do these hands on the Chopard, which I don't really understand their hand language. The hand language. I'm not sure if I understand it. I'm not sure if I understand it. Yeah, I don't know if I understand it. It's it's a perpetual calendar. Hang on a second. Shit. Hang on a second. Hang on. Oh shit. We lost the. Hang on a second. Let's go back. Okay. I gotta Google this. There we go. I don't even know this. I gotta Google it. Is this the perpetual calendar? Perpetual calendar. This is it, right? Ooh, look at that. Hang on a second. Where is it? There we go. This is it, right? On the screen. Wow. Wow, that's expensive. Fuck, it's expensive. Why? I can't believe these prices. Listen, this is a hard pass for me. This is a hard pass. 50 grand. Okay, Baron Memovox, let me ask you a question. Baron Memovox, would you rather, okay, for 50 G's, American money. We're talking about real money here. 50, not Danish kroners that you buy pastries with. We're talking about real money. Would you rather buy for 50 grand a Chopard, which you have to explain to people what it is? You got to explain it. Okay, you got to tell them, yeah, I paid 50 grand for this watch, right? Or you have a Patek Philippe perpetual calendar for 50 grand. You tell me which is better, Patek Philippe for 50 grand or this for 50 grand. Now, the Patek Philippe increases in value, okay? You get the right model, it's going to increase in value. The Chopard, and it could be a much better watch. It could be a much better movement and everything. Probably is. But then you got to explain to people what it is. I don't like this date window. Okay, the date window for me is shit. The date window is à la poubelle. The date window is no good, and the font is cheap looking. The fonts look cheap. They're like stamped. This is a cheap looking watch, actually. It's kind of cheap looking. I guess the movement is cool. I mean, look at this micro. It's a cool micro rotor. I understand the appeal. Full set. Oh, and you're getting a pen and cufflinks. Look at that. You're getting a pen and cufflinks. You know who would love this type of thing? Archie Luxury. This is the type of thing Archie would buy, because then he would say, oh, look, I got the cufflinks. Now I'm a real Chopard man. I'm the Chopard man. Like the Breguet man. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this. This is 50 grand is just too much. It's too damn expensive for what it is. Okay, 30 grand. 30 grand. Now we're talking. I think it's too damn expensive. Okay, maybe that was a bad picture. Maybe that watch I was looking at was a bad, manufacturing defect. This one looks better. I like the blue dial that one I had, but this one looks a little bit cleaner. This looks like it's 30,000 is still a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Fuck, it's a lot of money. Again, for a watch that you got to explain to people, this is a hard pass. I mean, I don't know, Baron Memovox, are you buying this watch? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, hang on. Oh, shit. Okay, hang on a second. Let's look this up. Okay. Now you're saying, I got to Google this. I got to Google it. Here we go. I got to go to the official Luke site. Oh, shit. Okay. I got to go to their site, look at the fucking watches, accept all. Okay. Alpine, Luke. Okay. There we go. Okay, this is it, right? Okay, Baron Memovox. We got, how much am I getting exactly here? Hold on a second. How much is 55 Danish kroner? Danish to USD is $7.73. Okay. For $7.73, I'll do the work. But listen, we're also creating content. Look, we're here to create good content. Okay, so this, holy shit, $85,000, 85 large. Okay, 85 large. That's a lot of money for a non-Rolex, and it's ethical white gold. This is okay. So I'm not okay. This turns me off immediately. These companies are trying to do this like a bullshit, politically correct thing about ethically sourced gold, ethically this. There's no such thing as ethical gold. Okay, like who gives a shit, right? Listen, the gold. I don't give a shit if it comes from a war zone. If they got slave labor. If little kids are in these mines that are getting blown up, it doesn't matter, because that's the way it's been done for millions. It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't. Also, you're never gonna know. Gold is fungible, okay? The gold is fungible, okay? You couldn't tell me where the gold came from, okay? It's a bunch of bullshit. These Swiss guys are trying to scam you. That's a bullshit ethical white gold. Okay, anyway, I gotta tell you, the design of the dial is beautiful. It's a stunning what. The guilloche Is that what you call this, the guilloche? This is engraving is beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. I love this. I mean, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, actually. Look at that. And you know what? It looks much better in person. I can guarantee you this looks much better in person also. But the price. Oh, okay. Aha. Puerto Rico is selling. Oh, listen, all you got to know about Bregue is Puerto Rico is selling Bregue. That's all you got to know. That's all you got to know. Exactly. That's what happens. That's what happens. That's what it is. You know what it is? These companies, these Swiss companies, what they do is they have their kids go to Africa to work on, like, what do they call that? In the U.S., they have that the corps, the what do you call it? The civil, whatever it is. They send these white kids, rich white kids, go to Africa and for like a summer or like a year, and Peace Corps. That's JFK invented that. JFK came up with Peace Corps. And they basically send these rich white kids to Africa, right? These kids, they're so rich, they don't have to have a job. They don't have to have bills. So the parents send them to Africa, and they run around there, and they do, like, I don't know, they pretend, they do like cosplay, like they're, I don't know, trying to put in water wells, or, they teach English at schools or whatever, I don't know, whatever it is they do. And they come back, they get a job at Goldman Sachs, or at I don't know, wherever, and they get to work, ripping off the American middle class, or they run for office, they run for political office, right? That's the Peace Corps, and that's what ethical white gold is basically these Swiss CEOs, they send their kids to Africa, and I think what they do is they basically they get the gold from mines run by slave labor of like 6-year-old kids, like in the Sudan, but then when their white children touch the gold, then it becomes ethically sourced. That's what happens. That is what happens. Okay, you would pick this over a similar Patek. Oh, the movement. Okay, this guy's a movement. Yeah, the guy's a movement freak. He's him and Bill Sanders. These guys are movement freaks. These guys are movement freaks. This is like a freak-off party watch. Speaking of movement freaks, this is a Diddy freak-off. This is the type of watch you wear to a Diddy freak-off party. I'll tell you. Look, okay. So the setup is very similar to like a Patek almost. I get the count. Okay, I get that. The date window I have an issue with. I got a real problem with the date window. I got a real problem with that. Wow, look at this. Ooh. Wow, look at this. This is no joke. So this is a perpetual. This is a perpetual calendar tourbillon. It's a tourbillon. Look at this. They're doing a very nice strap. No, this is okay. This is no joke. Look at the strap. This looks like some sort of quick deployment. Baron Memovox. I got to tell you, this the strap looks like it's some sort of a quick deployment. Now, the problem I have with the strap is this. That is a proprietary mechanism. It's a proprietary mechanism, meaning that you got to get one of these pieces whenever you get you got to buy the strap from them, or you got to buy that piece from them and have your strap maker put, which I don't think they're going to do. That seems complex. So that's a proprietary piece, which means it's going to be difficult to change straps. It's going to be expensive, very expensive. But I like what they did on the back, the crocodile on the back, which I don't know. It's nice. It's okay. Okay, so they're doing the Chinese stuff. Year of the Dragon. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, here's the problem. These Luke Chopards, they're really not, I don't know. I mean, this is like, again, these are like Bill Sanders type watches. You got to explain it. This actually is not bad looking. But again, you know, you can get a Patek. You can get actually, this is a much cleaner design. I would prefer this design to the Patek. World Time. It's very busy. Oh, it's got a calendar, okay, which is not bad. Oh, I see. The calendar rotates. Oh, that's cool. No, I'm sorry. No, the calendar. No, it's an arrow. Okay, I'm sorry. So you get the arrow. Oh, it's ethical rose gold. Ethical rose gold. Wow, it's ethical. Now this is a nice touch. Look at this. They're doing a little thing here. Yeah, the problem with the watch is you got to explain it. You got to explain it to the peasants. Okay, let's look at the movement. Let's look at the movement because we know somebody here likes to see the movements. Yeah, listen, I have nothing bad to say about this. I really don't. But it's got to be like, I wouldn't buy this unless it was like dirt cheap. Dirt cheap, okay? Dirt cheap. Is this another perpetual? Oh, it's in steel. Yeah. This is the problem with these watches. It's like, let me see how much. Yeah. Yeah. The previous reference to, yeah. Listen. Hey, this is again. I'm not I don't know who the customer for this is. Because who buys this brand? Like I don't. It's like very. At this level for 85 grand, you're competing again. You're competing with Patek. You're competing with. AP. I mean, you're competing with everybody, right? So for 85 grand, I don't know who's the customer. I actually don't. I've never seen anybody own one. I've never seen one in the wild, as the kids say. And the details are beautiful. Look at this. Again, the quality, attention to detail is top notch. Top notch. The deployment, butterfly deployment, beautiful. I love the buckle. Beautiful buckle. The design of this buckle is, look at the way the curve comes in. Very smart. I mean, this is like somebody actually put thought into this. It's a beautiful design. The buckle. I'm a big fan of quality made buckles. The case is whatever. Nothing innovative. Crown, whatever. Nothing innovative. I just don't see who's going to pay 85 large for this watch when they can get, again, you're talking about Patek. I'm sorry. It's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. Again, the salmon dial. Yeah, this is. Yeah. It's kind of a little bit like Art Deco, but it's not like, they're not trying to be old fashioned. They're doing a modern watch, so it's honest. This is like it's an honest design, which I appreciate. It's got two crowns. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the I think that's the, what do you call it? That's for the world time thing. Yeah. Look, sometimes compromises have to be made. This is what happens, when you buy one of these like shitter brands. I mean, and look is a shitter brand. Let's be honest. I mean, it really is. I would say it's a shitter brand, meaning it's prestigious, history, etc. And 100%. but it's kind of like Gerard Perregaux. Gerard Perregaux is, as the Bruce Lee has told us, it was, could have been Patek Philippe. Gerard Perregaux, they do high complications, long history, just like Patek, all that stuff. But they've stumbled and their designs are not great, and people don't want it. So they're basically a shitter brand. Look at this beautiful buckle. Nice piece of milled gold. And, is it my fault that these guys are shitter brands? No, not my fault. It's just the way it is. So they have 35 different models of this watch. They have a 45 millimeter perpetual. Oh, you know what's crazy? I think I told this story, but I was sitting in a restaurant or a bar. This was in on Madison Avenue. It was right in. I think Chopard has a store there. Yeah, Chopard has a store there. And I'm sitting. It was Match, the restaurant Match, which is a cool place, right? And I remember they had. The reason I liked going there is because they had Lef on tap. The beer, the Belgian beer, Lef or Leffe. And I would go there all the time, and I'm sitting there, and this beautiful woman sits down next to me. Not like, oh my God, like very attractive. Like I'm talking about, like, a solid 7, beautifully dressed, right? She sits like, I'm sitting kind of in a table. I'm eating like lunch or something. She sits table next to me or something. And she's got like some bags. She's carrying like shopping bags from like Chanel or something, right? Because that's what people do in that area, right? They're going shopping at Chanel or wherever, right? So she sits down next to me. She's got the Chanel bags, right? So I'm checking her out. Now the first thing I look at is she wearing, she's wearing a wedding ring. And I do know she's wearing a wedding ring. Right? I like whatever. But here's the weird thing. This is the freaky thing. I've never seen this in my life. She starts reading The Economist magazine. Like, I swear to God, The Economist. I've never seen any woman ever read The Economist, which is, great magazine, a little bit left. I think they've gotten very lefty leaning, but it was a very respectable magazine at one point, The Economist. So she's reading The Economist, right? I start talking to her, right? And blah, 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 again, and like we were talking, and then something, what happens? So then, like, I think I asked her if she's married. I think I asked her if she's married or something. I don't know how it came up. I don't think I just asked, but the question came up. So I said, where did you? I don't know how this came up. It just came up in conversation. I said, how did you meet your husband? Now here comes the punchline. She goes, I work at Chopard, and he came in, and I sold him a $600,000 watch. I think the conversation was, she was telling me she's married, but something was weird. Like, I think she implied that, like, it wasn't. I don't know. She was giving me like personal. It was. I don't know where the conversation was going. But basically, the punchline of it was, she was working at Chopard. It could have been another brand. I'm 99% sure it was Chopard. But basically, she sold this guy a $600,000 watch. Apparently, listen, hey, you get some extras. When you're paying a couple $100,000, you're paying 6 figures for a watch. That part of the extras is, if there's an attractive sales lady or, guy, if you're a swing that way, that's going to be included in the deal, right? It's kind of like Hollywood, right? If you're a producer, you're the director, right? If you're a director on a movie set, you get to bang the actors, right? That's part of the way it works. It's it's what's the Memovox? What's the Latin term for it? But that's the term. So basically, that's what happened. Yes. Con amore. Shitter brand. Yeah. Listen, I have to look at things from the pecuniary point of view. I'm really like listen. At the end of the day, I'm like a high-end peasant. Basically, I'm really like a peasant. I'm like a peasant. I'm at the core. I'm a peasant with a slight veneer of aristocrat. Right? It's at the end of the day, you scratch the aristocrat and the peasant comes out. So yes, we have to look at the pecuniary POV. That's important. But actually, the aesthetics. To be honest, the aesthetics aren't there for me for the show part. I mean, they always manage to miss. And they shouldn't, because they're capable of doing beautiful work. They really are. Boom, bang, decline for part. Yes, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. Look, like, for example, look, I mean, it's very important that you got to, give good customer service. Baron Memovox, he invests, when Baron Memovox invests, $7 in a super chat, we have to give him the good service. That's part of the job. And if he wanted the fellatio, maybe he would have to do it. I mean, it'd have to be a little bit more, not $7, maybe $20, but at some point, everybody has a price. Yeah, this is a beautiful. Look at this. The gray, or whatever you call this, cashmere, mink, rose gold, beautiful color combination, beautiful crown. I love this crown. It's kind of funky. And I like the fact that they do different. I mean, this is, wow. The movement is, this is stunning. I mean, this is actually beautiful work. This is beautiful work. Everything about this watch screams quality. You know what? Actually, this is really not too revolting. It's not very, this is a minute repeater. This is a minute repeater, right? Full strike tourbillon. Yeah, there we go. How much is something like this? Memovox, how much is a full strike tourbillon? That's what I want to know. Wow. Now, what does full strike mean, actually? I don't know. Does that mean it strikes automatically every hour or something? How does it work? Full strike, what does that mean? We may have to Google this. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, here we go. Okay, gentlemen's, and I do mean gentlemen's, here's what we're going to do for you. This is what we do for our aristocrats, okay? We do this service for the aristocrats only, okay? For the aristocrats, we give them full service. There we go. Yeah, we go from penis pumps to penis injections. We're talking about. Exactly. Okay, so here's what you get. This is what you get when you invest 50 Danish kroners. Okay, but by the way, okay, I did a video yesterday on you get a bunch of these, you get these peasants out there. You get these fucking low-class peasants, the unwashed masses, the uncultured, like the Curlies, the Chomostanis, the Bukiakistanis, who think that the Oisin O'Malley, the Grifter of Venice, is like some sort of like incredible Hollywood-rate talent, like some sort of like, oh my God, this guy's so talented with the videos. Oh my God, the cinematography. And I did a video, what is it, yesterday? I've mentioned this a couple times. The Grifter of Venice, Oisin O'Malley, is basically a third-rate hack, okay? Like, for YouTube, he's good. Like, in other words, he does better quality stuff than 90% of the people, because, everybody else is doing garbage. It's like, imagine this channel does garbage quality, right? So compared to that, compared to the Archie, compared to, it's creative, it's whatever. But, if this guy was working in the ad business, he would never get hired. he'd be like a D-list guy. He'd be like a D-list editor, D-list post-production, D-list sim. It's not that quality. This is what you get. This is quality. Okay, look at this video. Okay, this is like a real production. Okay, Chopard spent money in this. Now you know this is good because again, you got real music. Forget about the music, but look at the cinematography. Look at the whole story. Look what's going on here. You got gold flowing through a crack of coal or something. Sand. Okay, look at this. The watch is rising through some sand or whatever. Stars, Milky Way. Ooh, did you hear that? Okay, now you see that takes talent. Okay, whoever did this little commercial, this little 1 minute 58-second thing, somebody had to storyboard, come up with a concept. Forget about the production, just the concept of it is. This is quality. Okay, this is like professionalism. This is like a guy who's I would say this isn't like legitimately this is A-list talent. This probably cost, I don't know, this was not cheap to make. You had to pay, money for this. By the way, it's not just the money. It's not the money part. Listen, any creative stuff people can overcome. The Oishin stuff is all the same. It's all the same nonsense. It's the same fucking script. He's walking. There's a shot of water. There's a shot of his face. He always has the what they call the hero shot. The hero shot. He always has a scowl, very serious, world-weary look on his face, to make the watch very serious, to give it, the sense of gravitas, imparting gravitas to shitter watches. That's the grift. Wow. And finish it. By the way, the gray and the rose gold, beautiful color combination. Sapphire crystal, you got 20-piece limited edition. Okay, how much is the question? How much is this? How much? That's what I want to know. How much is something like that? Let's see. We're gonna find out. Oh, we got this guy here.
Just live life. Pursue it.
Zero helps me take my business anywhere I want.
There you go. Ring-a-ding-ding. That's pretty good. That's Chopard. Unbelievable. All right, gentlemen. That wraps up today's show. We'll see you on the next one. And thank you to our show sponsor, 50 Danish kroners. And the pivot, we pivoted to Chopard, L-U-C, L-U Chopard. That was the pivot today. We discussed penile implants, Chopard, and grifters. See you in the next one.